I know a lot of you wonder about some of the background to Grand Prix racing, and in particular what happens from the time qualifying finishes at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon and the start of the race which you're about to see. Well, let Jonathan Palmer explain it to you.
As soon as the final qualifying session finishes at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, all the teams begin the huge task of re-preparing the cars for the race itself. At Williams, some 200 people work at the factory, but at each race, 45 mechanics and other personnel come to look after the two cars of David Coulthard and Damon Hill, and already at 2:30 they're heavily involved in dismantling the cars. Meanwhile, the drivers and engineers are discussing just how to improve the car for the race in a meeting that can take hours, feeding decisions back to the mechanics. By 2:45, the bodywork and wings have been taken off and the gearbox is now being removed for overhaul and replacement of the actual gears with new ones. Within another 15 minutes, the engine is removed, having reached its 300-mile service life, as a new unit is prepared, ready for fitting. Even the radiators are taken off to be replaced with new in the continuing quest for optimum race reliability, and after just 1 hour's work, the chassis is virtually bare. All the systems are tested thoroughly, and here a little fuel is being put in to allow the vital fuel pumps to be tested. By 4 o'clock, the new Renault engine is bolted to the chassis, but that's the easy bit. Meticulously connecting all the oil, water and hydraulic pipes, and particularly the myriad of electronics, takes another hour. Then the overhauled gearbox is replaced and the suspension reassembled, each part having been renewed or tested for cracks. One of the fastest wearing components are the carbon fibre brake discs and pads, and again these are replaced with new. In fact, the central chassis is about the only major part not to be changed. By 7:30, a temporary exhaust extractor mechanism is linked to the exhaust pipes to reduce noise and fumes, and the new engine started for the first time. Once it's been warmed up and checked, along with the gearbox, it's time for supper for the hard-working mechanics. Back at work, the rear wing is reattached, and finally the rebuilt car lowered to the ground for careful checking and adjustment of the suspension settings. At last, at 10:30 in the evening, the car's complete and the work's finished for the Williams mechanics, who can now return to their hotel, satisfied that they've done everything possible to help their drivers win the French Grand Prix.